Vlogging every day in April. It's hard.
It's hard. What's up, guys? Welcome to another day of Veda. I've done videos where I just like tell you some stuff about me, but I haven't done one in a while. So I'm just here today to give you 20 more facts about me. When I was a kid, I wanted to own a pet store. This came from the fact that I first wanted to be a vet, and then when I realized that vets do surgery on animals, I was like, nope. When I was 17, I had deviated septum surgery. Deviated septum surgery is what a lot of people pretend they're having when they have a nose job, but as you can see, I have not had a nose job. I had actual legit deviated septum surgery, which does not change the shape of your nose. It just reforms the cartilage inside your nose because it was blocking like one of my nostrils. I had my bat mitzvah, as any Jewish 13-year-old does, and fun fact, my bat mitzvah was Hollywood themed, and each table was a different movie that I love, and I had little chocolate Oscars on every plate, and film reels and all of that fun stuff. Number 4, my parents had a lot of alternate names for me. If I was a girl, they were considering Hannah and Molly, and if I was a boy, they were considering Glenn. Number 5, I always want to live in LA. I've always wanted to stay in LA. I've never left LA, not for college, not for work, not for anything, and I can't imagine living anywhere else. It's the best place in the world. In high school, I super loved math, and I even considered being a high school math teacher for a short period of time. I loved, at the time, that there was always a concrete answer to math. My favorite actor is Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He's the best. In my graduating class of high school, I won the superlative for most spirited, which is mostly because whenever we had spirit days, I went literally so ham wild on outfits and costumes that I just like bullied my way into being most spirited. I didn't bully anyone. I just was like, look at all my outfits. I'm most spirited. When I was a kid, my mom would only let me wax my legs. She would not let me shave my legs because she read or heard somewhere that if you only wax your legs forever, your hair stops growing back. So she refused to let me shave my legs and only let me wax my legs. As you guys know, I've had a lot of different hair colors, and the first time I ever dyed my hair was in the 8th grade when I was 13. I dyed it red, and after that point, I just tried every single hair color that I could. Number 11, my favorite Disney song is Colors of the Wind from Pocahontas. When I was young, I was super allergic to strawberries. I would break out in hives everywhere and like be itching and just losing my mind, and then I grew out of that allergy. Fun fact, you can grow out of allergies. Number 13, I love the Kardashians, and you can fight me. I think the Kardashians are not only entertaining, but very inspirational businesswomen, and I admire them all a lot. I expect a lot of angry comments about this. Deal with it. I have had a Disney annual pass since I was 11 years old. My mom got me an annual pass for Hanukkah when I was 11, and I had one all the way up until I worked at Disney. Then I didn't have one when I worked at Disney, and then I had one again, and I've had one forever. I had my first kiss when I was 12, and I feel like most of my friends had their first kiss with this guy because we were in Hebrew school together, and he just like kissed everybody who wanted to have their first kiss. It's a reminder, if you haven't had your first kiss yet, that's 100% fine, and you shouldn't feel weird about it because there is no right age to have your first kiss. Speaking of Hebrew school, I continued going to Hebrew school through senior year of college. Usually, for most Jews, I guess, like you stop going to Hebrew school after your bat mitzvah, but I loved my friends at Hebrew school so much that I just loved hanging out with them every Tuesday night or whatever it was, and so we just, like a small group of us just kept meeting up for Hebrew school through senior year, but it wasn't really Hebrew school anymore. It was just like us sitting around and talking about life. Number 17, I may not have ever started vlogging if it weren't for the fact that my dad just decided to get me a flip camera for my birthday one year. I really like went forward with YouTube at that point. It's maybe a lie that I wouldn't have started vlogging otherwise because I was already making videos on YouTube with like a tape camera, but it was at that point where I was like, this is easy with this camera and I can continue doing it. Number 18, I have been out of the country, but mostly to places that a lot of people don't usually go to when they first go out of the country. Canada and Mexico, of course. Easy, kind of. I first went like overseas to Eastern Europe, which I feel like no one goes to before they go to Western Europe. I've still never been to Western Europe. Never been to England, never been to France, never been to Spain, and I've been to Israel. And I've been to Singapore. But fun fact, if you're Jewish, you can go to Israel for free. It's called Birthright, and you should look it up. You have until you're 26. You're welcome. Number 19, I never ever got detention, ever. Ever. And finally, number 20, I've said that when I was younger, I wanted to be a lot of things, but one thing that I distinctly remember saying when I was a kid is that I was gonna grow up to be Michael Eisner. There's still time. Bob Iger's looking for a successor. Right here, Bob. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed learning a few more things about me. It's hard to come up with things, honestly, now that I've done 2 of these, so I can try to do one in the future, but maybe we'll just do Q&As from here on out. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video on this channel. It's beta. That's how it goes. Bye.
It's hard.
It's hard.